This video is for the students all around the world, whether you are appearing for your high school O and A levels exams, or you're appearing for your undergrad or your graduate exams in your university. All right. So the idea is that given that you have prepared for your course, you've practiced, you remember all your definitions and you remember all your formulas and everything. This right here is a video of what to do when your exams are near. Like let's say for example 2, 3, 4 days before you are appearing for an exam. All right. So essentially, the very first thing that you should do is throughout your exam week or exam month, you are not supposed to take any junk food or fast food. Junk and fast food are high in carbohydrates, and carbohydrates can cause lethargy. Carbohydrates can make you feel very, very lazy. All right, so take foods that are high in fat or high in protein, but less in carbohydrates. So sugars, rice, breads, and all of this stuff, these are very high in carbohydrates. So I'm not saying that completely don't take any of it, but try to limit your use of rice, sugars, carbohydrates, soft drinks. Soft drinks have a lot of sugar, right? So a lot of carbohydrates, cookies, snacks, all of that stuff. Try to have as little of it as possible. All right. Many kids have a habit that during exam week or exam month or whatever, they're used to studying late at night. All right. So this is a habit that you need to get over. Studying late at night or studying till, let's say, for example, 3 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, really not a good idea. The nights are made for sleep. The amount of sleep that you can get or the effectiveness of sleep that you can get early in the night is relatively high, while the amount of sleep, let's say for example if you sleep for 3 or 4 hours early in the night, so let's say for example you go to bed at 10 p.m. or you go to bed at 11 p.m., if you get a 4 or 5 hour sleep, it's going to be a very effective sleep. All right, compared to, let's say for example, even if you go for 6 or 7 hours sleep late in the night, let's say for example you go to sleep at 3 a.m. and you wake up at 10 or 11 a.m. in the morning, that sleep isn't going to be as effective. And secondly, half of your day is already passed. So you won't have enough time, enough energy to be effective in the day as well. So again, very important to make sure that you sleep early at night. Sleeping early at night is also going to help you not feel. So essentially what I do is when I really want to get some work done, I go to sleep at 11, maybe something along that line, maybe half an hour earlier or before. So once I get to sleep, I usually wake up around 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning, and then I work. So let's say for example, I start working all the way till 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. I take half an hour's nap, then I offer my prayers, and then I start working again. And then essentially I've used the first part of the day right before noon, and then I've used the second part of the day, that's afternoon, evening, and the night as well. And then again, once I've worked for quite a good amount of time, I've achieved a lot of the stuff that I want to achieve, then I usually leave work around 8 or 9 p.m. at night, and then I go about doing whatever I want. So again, a good sleep schedule is a key to success in your exams. Other than that, so one, what we discussed was make sure that you don't take a lot of junk and fast food. Second, you need to have a good night's sleep. All right, you need to manage your sleep schedule. Don't sleep a lot, of course, because that's going to take time away from your studies. When you are studying or when you're in a pressure situation, you might have to let go of some sleep hours. Like, let's say, for example, if you sleep for 8 to 10 hours, maybe reduce that by 2 or 3 hours each day. You go to sleep for 6 hours, maybe. All right. So you need to manage that a little bit, and then maybe go for, instead of sleeping for a very long night, sleep less at night, but then you may take naps in the day. All right. So maybe if one nap doesn't do it, take two naps or something like that. All right. That's very effective as well. So maybe if, let's say, for example, if I take a nap of like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I feel very energetic for the rest of the day. So just one nap will do that, will do the trick. Then what we have is caffeine. So high amount of caffeine in the day, but very small amount of caffeine in the night. So my key is generally that if, let's say for example, I need to go to sleep at 11 p.m., I'll not take any caffeine at least 4 hours before I go to sleep. So let's say, for example, if I want to go to sleep at 11 p.m., the last coffee caffeine drink that I'll take is going to be at 7 p.m. I'm not going to take any caffeine after that. Why? Because take caffeine helps you stay awake, but at the same time, if there's too much caffeine in your system by the time you go to sleep, that's also going to disturb your sleep a lot. You're not, even if you go to sleep, your sleep is still not going to be comfortable and relaxing. All right, so that's very important.